30th video in Excel. In this video and the upcoming few videos, we will cover a few case studies to go through the concepts that we have discussed earlier in Excel videos. So let's start with this first case study where we have the data here in the first four columns. We have the sales volume for a few products for this financial year as well as last financial year. We have the quarterly numbers. Now we want to do a year on year calculation to compare this year's quarter number with previous year quarter's number to understand if there is a growth in the number of products sold for this quarter versus previous year same quarter. Now we want to do that, but before doing that we'll have to actually do this. We'll have to get the previous year corresponding date. Now to achieve that, we'll be using a date formula here, which essentially uses three arguments, year, month and day, and we'll extract all these three fields from this particular cell and we'll subtract the year by 1 to get the date corresponding to the same date but previous year. So once we apply this formula, here you can see that corresponding to 1st of October 2025, we are getting 1st of October 2024. Then we can drag this formula down to fill the dates, and corresponding to the quarters in 2024, we are getting the dates from 2023. Now we want to get for this combination Q4 table and 10/1/2024, what was the value that we want to enter here. You can see this is this 33382. So this combination we want to add here corresponding to the dates. Here we have first got the dates for the previous year and now we want to get the numbers here. Now essentially what we are doing is that, so for this combination, if we check the data Q4 table, so we'll apply these two filter Q4 table first of all, and then you can see that we have two rows. Now here we already have a data, but we want in this column essentially we want the data for Q4 table and 10/1/2024, which is present here. So we'll apply the similar logic in the filter formula in this column F. Okay, so if you look at the formula here, what we are doing is that we want to get the values from column D. So it is the first argument in this filter formula, and then we want to apply a few conditions. So the first condition is that in column B, the value should be what is present in B2. Okay, you can recollect from the filters that I applied earlier. I selected Q4 and table, so that is what I am doing in the first two condition. So column B should be equal to B2, column C should be equal to C2, and the third condition was that the date in column A should be equal to E2. So the date in quarter start, which is column A, should correspond to the previous year's quarter start date. And if there is an error, if there is no value when we apply all this filter, then it should return NA. So once I apply this filter, in this cell I am getting 33382, and when I drag this formula down for year 2025, I'll get the values, but for year 2024, because I don't have data for 2023 year, I'll get NAs. Now with these values corresponding to the current year values, now we have the previous year values, we can easily calculate Y on Y number, which should be equal to this year number minus last year number divided by last year number. We get all these values here. So for table Q4, there is 11% growth in volume since last year, and here we can see for sofa Q1 there was 25% growth from Q1 for sofa for last year. Okay, if you do the comparison. So I hope you found this video useful. Do subscribe my channel, like this video or share it amongst your friends. I'll see you in the next video.